everyone and welcome to my studio, the Pottery Corner down on the south coast of England near Chichester. And today we're back for another Glaze Kiln fire opening. So I'm putting my gloves on. The kiln is down to just above 50 degrees Celsius, but it's okay to open at that temperature. So I'm going to turn off the kiln supply as usual and flick the lid, and you know what's coming. Yes, I have had a sneaky peek, but only a little one because there's only two things on the top shelf. So we're still making our way through this enormous pile of glazing. We're on day 3 of England's second lockdown, so I've got lots of glaze firing to do. So the first item out of here is a platter using a Christmas textured roller, which came from our friends at Pastry Made. Very, very good. Obviously they're for cookies, but they work really well for clay, and the Pastry Made ones have a really nice deep texture, so it shows up well on the clay. So if you're looking for textured rollers, they might be your people. So that is a platter made by Ellie, who is one of the original 30th birthday. Well, in fact, she is the 30th birthday girl. And that, I believe, is Amaco Glacier with Amaco seaweed over the top. So that's really pretty. And as you can see on the texture, it's got reindeers and icicles and what have you. So I think that's destined to be a Christmas gift, and a very nice one too. The second piece in the top of the kiln is a piece made by Jane. And this is, again, another Pastry Made textured roller, and a Huntley & Noble form, a large oval Huntley & Noble form, and that is glazed in Amaco fog. And as I say, the texture on the Pastry Made rollers is really nice because it lets the glaze fall down and pool and leave this lovely, lovely sort of glaze finish on it. So that's really nice. I'm sure Jane will be pleased with that. Because they are large and flat, I have glaze fired those on silicon sand. As you can see, that's what's on the kiln shelf, and that will go back in the silicon sand bag to be reused. So large flat items are very vulnerable in the kiln to cracking, so I do put them onto onto silicon sand. So I'm just going to take the props out because we don't like those. Most of the things in this kiln are actually from the Christmas Platters course, so if you're watching, having been one of the participants at that, this one is Jess's. So Jess, that one is your Chun Plum with blue rutile over. She's matching it in with a set that she already has. And again, that's the same textured roller from Pastry Made. So that's a good combination. That's Amaco's Chun Plum 2 coats with Amaco's blue rutile 2 coats over. So nice. Very nice, successful again. This one has used the same roller but a different glaze. This again is yours, Ellie. I'm not positive about the combination of this, but I think it might be River Rock with Arctic Blue. So Amaco's Potter's Choice Glazes, River Rock 2 coats, underneath Arctic Blue 2 coats. And again, the leaf design is the same rolling pin, and as you can see, I mean, it's really nice on this one because it's obviously one of the glazes has pulled down and left the design. So yeah, very nice, that works well. The last one in here on this particular level, and I shall have to just knock the cookie off the back. They all sit on cookies in here. This is Becca's. So Becca is the new girl in the group, and this is Rainforest. And Becca's done her own design using some of my textured rollers and textured stamps, and that has come out really well. Beautiful, very nice green glaze on there, and that is Amaco Celadon Glaze Rainforest. So as I say, I just need to, in fact, if I bash it, it will come off. And then, as I say, there's just a tiny bit on the back of there that's not glazed. so that I can stand the platters up on cookies. Right, next shelf. Let's lift this out carefully. There we go, pop that down there. Out of the way. Oh, oh, oh. Hello, Mr. Ian. Wow, you're pretty spectacular. Right, let's get rid of the props again. Right, first thing out is my sister's. This is a platter that my sister made. I can't remember the glaze combination. I know it's got fog underneath. It might be seaweed over the top by the looks of it. And again, that's just a Hartley and Noble former that Carol has used to put her own texture onto. So very nice, works really well. Pretty little dish. I'm sure she'll be pleased with that one. Pretty sure that's seaweed on there. This is, I think, Rachel's. Let's just check that. Yes, this is Rachel's. So Rachel, this is yours. Again, another pastry made roller, this time with reindeers and Christmas trees on. And as I say, again, pastry made rollers, very, very effective with clay. And that is just a very simple Huntley & Noble former again. And the glaze is Amaco Rainforest. So really nice, lovely and shiny. Looks really lovely. So I hope she is pleased with that. I'm sure she will be. There's another one. I'm not sure if it's further down or waiting to be fired. As you can see, there's quite a lot of firing left to do. Right, Leslie. Here is Ian the Iguana, and he's made it through the firing, although it is stuck to the kiln shelf, although I can just dislodge him. So he's made me a nice little Dremel thing, but actually he's fine. So this is Ian the Iguana, and if you saw Leslie's other pieces, you will know that she likes to make these characters. He's actually really very pretty. So this is Amaco snow underneath with seaweed and cobalt on the top, and the legs are, can't actually remember, I think there's some Blue Lagoon over something, but I couldn't tell you what. He's got a lovely face, you can see his face, and as I say, he's very nice. He's well glazed. I just need to rub that off with a file. That's just where the glaze has just travelled down onto the kiln shelf, but actually it's not too bad. So he's a lovely thing, very majestic and very difficult, may I say, to fire. My students do like to give me difficult things to fire. I love them for it, obviously, but they do give me challenging things. I'll just show you the kiln shelf just so you can see what happens on there. There you are. So that's where the foot was stuck. So I've got a little bit of dremeling to do, but that's life as a potter. That is what you have to do. Okay, so last things in the bottom of here. Let's just get rid of the props as usual. Jo, this is your cutout. So again, Jo did some throwing, and this is just a little cutout. She's just cut out some shapes. I presume she'll put a candle in there. And that is Amaco Celadon Glaze Storm. Really lovely deep blue. Nice job on that, Jo. Nice glazing. Very nice and shiny and very tactile. Lovely. That's a goodie. This is one of the set of Becca's. So Becca, that is the second biggest of your set. That one being the smallest that will go in there when it's glaze fired. So this is Amaco Glaze Light Sepia. And again, she's used the pastry made fern pattern roller. And this again is Huntley & Noble mould, straight sided this time, rather than the chamfered edge. Keely. Keely came and did an introduction to hand building course, and this was the second of her classes where she did slab building. So she's made a cube and then has carved into the cube with a design that she did herself, and then sort of freestyled it on all four sides. So they are all different. And again, she's going to use that on the patio. That is in Amaco Celadon Glaze Glacier. Lovely. So a very nice piece, Keely. It looks lovely. So I'm sure she'll be delighted with that. And then the last thing in here, Janet, is your planter. So Janet came and just finished this off the other day. So on this we have, that looks like clear in there. I'm pretty sure it is. Transparent inside. And on the back we have Amaco fog. And then she has used a rainforest on the Monstera leaf applique. So she's used a bit of rainforest on these just to make them stand out. And again on this edge, I think that's probably rainforest. It looks like rainforest to me, a bit thicker. So that's really very nice. So she's going to use that as a planter. Quite a nice bowl that. You can probably get 3 plants in there because it's a nice size. And that is your lot for today. So that was quick and easy, wasn't it? Sometimes it's like that. So obviously with lockdown there are no students here, unfortunately, but I'm still got lots to do. I've still got lots of glazing, as you can see behind me on the shelves. There is a mountain of glazing to get through, and there's also some biscuit work to do, so there's lots to do. And I'm just about to think about doing new glaze storage upstairs, so I'm waiting for a delivery of some furniture next week. So, the Student of the Week Award, Star Potter, as we're calling it, tongue-in-cheek to Bake Off. Well, it has to be, and I shall have to get my glove back, actually, because he's still a little bit warm. And that is, of course, Ian the Iguana. So, although he has left me with a Dremel dilemma, Leslie, he's rather lovely and, as usual, great personality. So Student of the Week badge, Star Potter, goes to Leslie for Ian the Iguana. So as always, there is information about courses if you're a local person to our area in Chichester, West Sussex in England. So do have a look at that. My work's for sale on the online shop, which is www.thepotterycorner.co.uk. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know where you're viewing from. I love to hear from you. We've got people everywhere. I say this every time. Michigan, Pacifica, all the places I can't remember, but I know we have viewers in Australia. So it's just marvellous to know that this video that I'm filming in my humble abode, my humble kiln room, is actually being watched all around the world. So do let me know where you're viewing from. And if you've got any pottery scenarios that you'd like me to cover, either in the kiln opening or in Top Tip Tuesday videos, there's also a series of Top Tip Tuesday videos. If you have a look at my channel, you'll find those. So other than that, I'll just say stay safe, stay well, everybody. Second lockdown, not